Your body can be fighting a silent battle without you realizing it. Inflammation is a natural response that helps the body heal injuries and fight infections. When you cut your finger or catch a cold, inflammation is part of the recovery process. In the short term, it is helpful and necessary, but sometimes inflammation does not fully turn off. Instead of disappearing after the body heals, it continues quietly in the background. This is often called chronic or low-grade inflammation. It may not cause immediate pain or obvious symptoms, but over time it can affect energy levels, digestion, sleep, and overall health. The difficult part is that hidden inflammation rarely announces itself clearly. It usually shows up through small signals that are easy to ignore or misinterpret. People often blame these signs on stress, aging, or a busy lifestyle. Understanding these signals can help you pay closer attention to what your body may be trying to tell you. Point 1 of the first signs many people notice is constant fatigue. Everyone feels tired from time to time, especially after a long day or a poor night of sleep. But chronic fatigue feels different. Even after resting, the body still feels drained. Inflammation affects how the body produces and uses energy. It can influence hormones, metabolism, and the immune system. When the body is constantly managing low-grade inflammation, it may divert resources away from normal energy production. As a result, people may feel mentally foggy, physically tired, or less motivated throughout the day. Another common sign is frequent digestive discomfort. The digestive system contains a large portion of the immune system. Because of this, inflammation often appears through digestive symptoms. Some people experience bloating after meals. Others notice irregular bowel habits, stomach discomfort, or increased sensitivity to certain foods. These symptoms do not always mean there is a serious condition, but persistent digestive irritation can sometimes reflect underlying inflammatory activity in the body. A third signal can be joint stiffness or mild body aches. When inflammation affects joints or surrounding tissues, it may not always produce severe pain. Instead, it can cause stiffness, especially in the morning or after long periods of sitting. People sometimes describe it as feeling tight or slow when they start moving. While occasional stiffness is normal, repeated or persistent stiffness may suggest that the body is dealing with ongoing inflammatory processes. The fourth sign is frequent headaches. Inflammation can influence blood vessels, nerve signals, and chemical messengers in the brain. These changes may contribute to headaches or pressure sensations in the head. Not every headache is related to inflammation, of course. Dehydration, stress, and lack of sleep can also trigger them, but when headaches become frequent without an obvious reason, it may be worth looking at lifestyle factors that influence inflammation, such as diet, sleep patterns, and stress levels. Another possible signal is skin problems that come and go. The skin is one of the body's largest organs and often reflects internal changes. Redness, irritation, acne flare-ups, or unexplained rashes can sometimes be connected to inflammatory responses inside the body. When inflammation increases, the immune system may become more reactive. This can affect how the skin responds to environmental triggers, bacteria, or hormonal changes. People often focus only on topical treatments, but skin issues can sometimes be a reflection of deeper imbalances. The sixth sign is difficulty recovering from exercise or minor injuries. Normally, the body repairs itself efficiently. Muscles recover after workouts, and small injuries heal gradually. But chronic inflammation can interfere with this process. Muscles may remain sore longer than expected, or recovery from minor strains may take more time. This does not mean that exercise is harmful. In fact, regular movement often helps regulate inflammation. However, unusually slow recovery may signal that the body is under ongoing stress. So why does hidden inflammation develop in the first place? In many cases, it is linked to modern lifestyle patterns. Poor sleep, high stress, highly processed diets, lack of physical activity, and environmental exposures can all contribute to inflammatory processes. Over time, these factors can influence the immune system and keep it in a constant low-level state of activation. Another challenge is that inflammation rarely has a single cause. It is usually the result of multiple small factors interacting with each other. Diet affects gut health. Stress influences hormones. Sleep regulates immune function. Physical activity supports circulation and metabolic balance. When several of these systems become unbalanced at the same time, inflammation can slowly build. The key insight is that hidden inflammation often develops gradually and it also improves gradually. There is rarely a single quick solution. Instead, improvement usually comes from consistent changes in daily habits. Sleep is one of the most important regulators of inflammation. When sleep quality improves, the body can better manage immune responses. Nutrition also plays a major role. Whole foods, vegetables, healthy fats, and balanced meals support the body's natural regulation systems. Regular movement helps circulation, reduces stress hormones, and supports metabolic health. Even moderate daily activity can make a difference over time. Stress management is another important factor. Chronic stress signals the body to remain in a defensive state, which can contribute to ongoing inflammation. None of these changes work overnight, but together they create an environment where the body can gradually return to balance. Hidden inflammation is not always obvious, but the body often gives small hints: persistent fatigue, digestive discomfort, joint stiffness, frequent headaches, recurring skin issues, and slow recovery can all be signals worth paying attention to. Listening to these signals early allows people to make adjustments before larger problems develop. The goal is not to become anxious about every small symptom. Instead, it is about developing awareness of patterns. When several of these signs appear consistently, it may be useful to review lifestyle habits and consider speaking with a healthcare professional. The body is constantly communicating. Learning to recognize its signals can help maintain long-term health. If you found this explanation helpful, consider subscribing to the channel. The goal here is to break down complex health topics into clear and practical ideas that are easier to understand. And if you want to explore this topic further, there is also a helpful resource linked in the description that explains more about inflammation, lifestyle habits, and ways people support their overall health. It can serve as a useful reference if you want to study the topic in more depth.